Hello, it's me, Mrs. Sheffield. Ben Clark.
Oh, come in. Scott isn't here. Call me Gina.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm surprised that you're living here. Remember you telling me the other day that you had nothing to do with the Capwells.
Oh, well, I don't really. I mean, the only reason I'm living here is because, well, СиСи was responsible for my blindness, and this is his way of trying to make it up to me.
Yeah, I seem to remember that he was sort of responsible for your accident. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, I'm trying to get things ready for the surprise for Scott. You know, I'm really glad you came. I know it's going to mean a lot to him for his father to be here.
Yeah, well, I can't stay too long. The rig I'm working on has started pumping again.
Really? It must be exciting working on an oil rig.
No, not really. Listen, where can I put this thing I brought Scott? I haven't wrapped it or anything.
Oh, would you like some paper or something?
No. It's just a bunch of family pictures I put in a photo album for him.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Not really. I know he's got his mind set on being a fancy doctor, and I'm not going to let him forget he had a family.
Well, he wouldn't. I mean, his family means a lot to him. Oh, could you help me with this banner here?
Yeah, sure.
I probably went to too much trouble, you know, over-decorated, but it's hard to make someone feel special on their birthday when it comes so close to Christmas. If you take...
It's me, sweetheart, open up!
Oh, no, I wasn't expecting him so soon. I'm not ready.
Shouldn't I let him in?
No, if you could hide in the bedroom.
Hide in the bedroom?
Sure, that way it'll still be a surprise. He won't know you're here.
Wait a minute, I mean, he's a little old for this, isn't he? I mean...
No, come on, please, just play along, all right?
All right.
Please.
Sure.
Hey,
well, I need arugula.
Need what?
Arugula. I'm making a special dinner for you, and it's really necessary for the dish to come out right. I don't want to ruin it.
All right. Arugula coming up. I'll be right back. You're beautiful.
Thanks. It's all clear. We'll have time to blow up some more balloons, and we can add some streamers to them. We can even get the banner up. We'll put it right where he can see it as soon as he walks in the door. Oh, it's going to be a real surprise.
Sure.
The part of Pamela Capwell Conrad is now being played by Marge Doucet.
That's wonderful. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm meeting my sons out there in about an hour. I'm sure they're going to be just as thrilled as I am. Thank you for calling me. Let me know. Kelly, darling. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I have the most marvelous news.
Oh?
Yes, our oil rig just started pumping again 2 hours ago, and the foreman tells me it is bringing up more oil than it ever has.
Well, that is nice for you, I guess.
Oh, look, Jeffrey's been at it all morning. He's learning everything there is to learn about the oil business.
Oh, well, I would think it'd take more than a day, Pamela.
Well, you shouldn't underestimate my son.
I never underestimate my husband.
Well, we're on our way out to the rig right now. Why don't you join us?
Oh, I can't. I have a lot of work to get done, Pamela.
Yeah, we certainly could use someone with your skills working with us.
Well, I have a job that I enjoy very much. Is Jeffrey here?
No, he isn't.
He's already at the oil rig?
No, I'm meeting him at the heliport to fly out there. As a matter of fact, he's talking to your father. Jeffrey's such a man of principle. He didn't think it was fair for СиСи to find out he was resigning to work for me. He wanted to tell him in person. I think that's so admirable. Don't you? Well.
Jeffrey, I can understand you wanted to move on. You've accomplished all you can at Delta, but I do have other companies, you know.
Oh, no, I'm not resigning to look for another job. I already have one. I'm going to be working with my mother and Meyson.
Really? Doing what?
Well, as you know, she does have one oil rig already, so we've been considering reinvesting in a few others.
That's it. You are getting into something that's getting into direct competition with me. I'm surprised that Pamela isn't here gloating over the fact you've taken her side now.
Well, I don't see this as taking sides.
Well, what the hell do you see it as? You don't know a damn thing about the oil business,
Well, I
do you?
didn't know a damn thing about the advertising business when you hired me at Delta, did I?
Yeah, that's very true. Listen, Jeffrey, I know this woman. She will take you down when she gets the chance.
I didn't come here to
I'm
talk about
telling you,
my
the
mother.
woman...
Jeffrey, it's just great that you actually came over to tell us this yourself. We thank you for that.
Thank you. And I thank you, СиСи, for giving me the opportunity to work at Delta. I learned a great deal there. I do mean that, for whatever it's worth. Sophia?
The hell can't he see the woman for what she is?
No matter what we think of her, she's his mother.
And now you're defending her? Is that what you're doing?
Are you kidding? I wouldn't defend her, but we can't blame Jeffrey.
Do you see the position she is putting Kelly in? She is gloating over this. That's exactly what she wants. She's reveling in this whole latest coup. Step by step, she's just tearing this family apart.
You must have incredible concentration and sit here working like this. Excuse me for barging into your office, madam, but isn't it about quitting time?
I have a lot of research to do.
Still working on that thing about the surrogate mother?
Yep. And I have to be right on top of things because Meyson is representing the adoptive parents, and I don't want him to catch me off guard.
Ma, I think you can handle Meyson, at least in the courtroom.
Well, there he is. Come to gloat, no doubt.
Lionel, would you mind terribly if I had a moment alone with Julia?
Oh, no. Here, sit down, please. You know, I have a table in the back. You could use it as an office if you like. My, you look Byronic without that beard. I had no idea.
Silver-tongued devil.
You do look very handsome.
Thank you. Julia, how long are you going to keep this up?
Oh, possibly till I win the Rita Grant case, but I'm not going to discuss that with you.
I didn't come here to talk about business, and I don't have much time.
Neither do I. I'm very, very busy.
Julia, we can't continue to ignore this.
I'm not ignoring anything.
Yes, you are. We both are. And they're just going to come back to haunt us.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Christmas, Julia. I'm talking about the dreams we had.
I'm so glad we finally got a chance to spend some time together. I can't tell you what a mystery your son is to me.
Yeah, well, he's a mystery to me, too. I could never figure in a million years he'd end up as a doctor.
You know, he never talks about himself. What was he like when he was a little boy?
A regular kid. But then again, I thought his brother Travis was a regular kid, too, till I found out he's down in Los Angeles playing with some rock and roll band. So what do I know?
Scott told me how much Travis likes music.
You know, you do real well with this stuff around here, considering that you know.
Well, I just kind of feel my way around. Also, Scott showed me quite a few tricks that make things easier. Would you help me put this banner up now?
Yeah, sure.
Oops.
All right. I got it. I'll put it up at this end here. Is that all right? Watch yourself.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Get up.
Yeah?
All right. Easy does it.
How's my end?
Okay, looks good. Be careful up there, will you, please?
There's a hook. Yeah, there
You got it?
I got it.
That's it. Looks good.
See, it's not so bad.
Watch it.
Oh,
Watch it.
sorry.
You wouldn't believe how much they charge for this.
Surprise!
Eventually it gets easier, Phil. Not a lot, but easier.
Well, that was pretty rough going, huh?
How about you, Victoria? Did you get anything out of the group today? Yeah, I guess I realized that a lot of people had horrible Christmases this year. Well, you heard them. A lot of them had already destroyed everything in their lives before they even came here. Yeah, well, I'm grateful that didn't happen to me. I'm being grateful to start, but it's going to take a lot more than that.
Are you always so full of cheer and hope?
Well, I'm talking reality. You had to drag Victoria back here.
I didn't have to drag her.
Mel, I'm talking to Victoria now. How did you feel when you ran home the other day and Nell showed up and brought you back here?
I'm grateful, I guess.
Oh, come on, Tori. Be honest. How did you really feel?
Okay, I was angry. I was angry because I wasn't strong enough to stay home. So I stared at Julia's Christmas tree and I thought about how desperately I wanted to see my son, okay?
Is there anything else you were desperate for?
Come on, just leave.
Butt out, Mel. The truth, Victoria. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I wanted just one more line of cocaine. That is the trap. One more line. Every time you use those words and you believe them...
Look, Angie! I don't believe it anymore. Okay? I know I'm a cocaine addict. I can't use cocaine because I can't stop.
It's very nice. You're able to be so direct in front of your counselor and another coke freak, but how about telling the people who really count?
I have. I told my mother.
Well, telling your mom is great. But is she the most important person for you
Look,
to tell?
just get off my back about talking to Mason.
No, I don't understand it. I don't know why you're keeping it from him. Until you realize that you've got to be truthful with this guy, we are just going to be spinning our wheels here.
You know, that's not fair because I think I've made progress.
Yes, you have. You have. You've struggled and you've sweated and you've got some of your self-respect back. And you haven't touched cocaine in almost 2 weeks. All of that is going to mean nothing. All of it will be gone when you walk out that door if you don't have the respect, the support, and the understanding of the man you are going back to live with. Is that what you want, Victoria? Do you want to go right back to where you were before you came in here?
Our dream? Aren't you being a little presumptuous?
It's the truth.
What exactly is your version of the truth, Mason?
The truth is that even though nothing happened between us on Christmas, we both had very similar dreams. Why deny that?
How do I know that you're not bringing this up now because your wife is gone and you're lonely?
Victoria's absence has nothing to do with it.
I don't want to have this conversation now, Mason. Can you understand that?
Well, you want to go back to our old agreement?
I didn't say that.
Well, what do you want, Julia?
It doesn't really matter because I have sense enough to know that just because I want something doesn't mean that I'll have it or that I should have it.
Be careful what you wish for because it might come true.
Something like that.
I don't subscribe to that theory. I think a man and a woman have a right to what they want.
Life doesn't always work out that way. Look at Lionel. He's lost every woman that he's ever loved.
You're evading the issue, counselor.
You want to treat this like a court case?
I want to be part of your life.
Which part? Which part are you going to spend with Victoria and Chip, and which part are you going to spend with Samantha and me?
I don't have too many answers where Victoria and Chip are concerned. I do know that our marriage means nothing to Victoria.
That's not true.
Julia, she took our son and left me alone for Christmas. When I try to call her in Mendocino, her mother says she's not there, she'll take a message. But Victoria never returns my call. Obviously, she doesn't want to talk to me. What kind of marriage is that?
I don't know the answer to that, Mason, but I do know that I don't want to be responsible for you turning your back on your wife or your marriage. And I won't help you make that decision.
Mother, it is beautiful. Oh, and I want you to have it, sweetheart. Oh, Mama, I couldn't take this.
No, absolutely. I want you to have it. I'm all caught up in the legend that it is supposed to give the one who owns it eternal love, and I can't think of anyone more than you who deserves it.
Are you trying to tell me something?
Look, I know how much you and Jeffrey love each other, and I know how much pressure you're under right now, and I know it's all because of Pamela.
Well, maybe it'll get the best of itself. I mean, now she has Jeffrey and Mason working for her. She might be satisfied to leave everything else alone.
Oh, come on. You live with that woman. Is she the type of person that's ever going to be satisfied with anything?
Who knows? I don't know. Mother, I love Jeffrey, and I want him to be happy. You know, I know he's never been crazy about Delta. He's always found the job sort of frivolous, and I can understand that.
I know, and Pamela knows that, so she's taking advantage of the situation. She's pitting Jeffrey and Mason against your father. And she's probably been on your case since the charity auction, huh?
No, why would she be?
She didn't tell you about that evening?
No, she came in, she was very subdued. And why? What happened?
Nothing.
What, did you two get in an argument?
Sort of.
Sort of. Mother, please, what happened?
I don't want to put you in the middle of this.
Oh, Mama,
no,
come on.
Well, as soon as she got to this charity auction, she was
vengeful, she was nasty, she was spiteful. She bid against me for the robot ruby, which I don't care about because it was for charity, except she wasn't doing it for charitable reasons. She was just doing it to be nasty. Then she comes up in front of me and talks to your father about all the wonderful Christmases they've spent together. And the more she talked, the angrier I got. And all of a sudden, I found myself next to the dessert tray, and the next thing I knew, she had whipped cream all over her face.
You hit her in the face with a pie?
Yeah, it was lemon, I think.
What did she do?
She hit me back. Then I got her again.
You did this with everyone standing around?
I know, I don't know what got into me. And then I thought, oh no, this is going to make it worse for you.
Oh, no, she didn't say a word to me, I promise.
Well, that's good, because I certainly didn't act like a civilized human being, and I did not act like a lady. But it was so great to shove that pie in her face.
Not much of a present, but I wanted you to have it anyway.
This is great, Dad. You put this together yourself?
Nobody else was going to do it.
Hey, look at this picture of Travis and me.
Yeah, I remember taking that up on Fallen Leaf Lake. You were 10 years old?
No, I was 8 years old at Fallen Leaf.
You were 10 years old. I wrote it on the back. We never went anywhere when you were 8 years old.
Oh, that's right. The oil rigs were shut down because of that strike.
Wait, look at this. Look. A high school football uniform.
The Windless Wonders, huh? Mm-hmm. I didn't know you took a picture of me when I graduated med school.
Well, I just happened to have a camera, so I figured I'd better take a picture, considering what that school cost. You could provide a family for a whole year for what that fancy school cost.
I don't know why you're complaining. You didn't pay for it.
Yeah, but remember where you got the money. You worked in the oil field.
I would have worked anywhere to get the money for school, Dad.
You're always harping on the fact that he hates the oil business. He wouldn't be adopted today if it wasn't for the oil industry.
Well, I am adopted, Dad, so can we please stop rehashing all this?
See this kid on one holiday in 3 years. You know you broke your mother's heart?
Mom knew how hard I was studying to get through school. And me not being there was not what drove her away.
There's nothing like family pictures to liven up a birthday party. I sure wish I could see them.
Guess I didn't get that one in too well, huh?
That's Uncle Hal, isn't it?
Yeah. That's well over 25 years ago. I think that was the last one we took of him.
I recognize this lady from somewhere. Maybe from the hospital. Who is she, do you know?
Yeah, that's Pamela Capwell. At least that's what she called herself way back then.
What would Pamela Capwell be doing in a picture with your uncle?
Good question.
Yeah. It is.
This is really crazy.
What? What's happening?
Well, according to this data, the well is pumping twice as much oil as it was before the fire.
Could this be because the well was capped for a week?
Well, that could have some bearing on this, but the higher pressure could be caused by a larger reserve.
You know, I read somewhere that a seismic shift could cause one well to tap into another reservoir. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there have been several tremors along this fault line in the past few weeks. Am I right?
Keep your nose in those books, Jeffrey. That information could be invaluable down the line.
Are you saying that it is possible that this well could be producing twice as much as it ever has before?
I'm not saying it's possible. I'm saying it is.
We're going to need more men.
Where are we going to find men at such short notice?
Well, we may have to pay them a little more, but I know a lot of workers at Capwell Enterprises. I've already borrowed a few from Dad to replace the men that were injured. May take a little time, but once we're in full production, we just might give old Dad a run for his money.
I knew it. 16. The three of us. I knew it.
You know, you might not want to hear this, but I think Angie might be right about you telling Meyson.
I can't, not yet.
Sweetheart, he's going to understand if you explain it to him. Now, you were under a lot of pressure. He was off on that trial of his every minute. You were trying to do a movie.
Yeah, and look how well he understood that. If he can't accept my being a Capwell wife and fitting into that mold doing a movie, how's he going to react to me being a cocaine addict?
Is that what you're going to try to do with your life now, huh? Fit it into a mold?
Look, I don't know, but whatever it is that I do, I don't do it very well. I didn't handle coming here very well. I lied to him. I thought I was covering my tracks, and it's just another big stupid mistake.
All right, fine. Look, the thing I can't figure out is if you want this guy to believe that you're visiting your mother, shouldn't you at least give him a call and tell him that everything is fine? You know, keep the charade going?
I can't, because if I call him and I hear his voice and he tells me he wants me to come home, I'm going to break down.
So you break down. So what? I mean, what's marriage supposed to be about anyway? I mean, not that I'm any good at it. Certainly, I'm no expert, but I thought that husbands and wives were the people you could break down with.
I'm scared.
Honey, we all are. Believe me, we all are. I mean, that's the first thing you discover when you're in this place.
No, that's not what I'm scared of. I'm scared of what's going to happen to my marriage.
Well, that's why you're here. You are going to beat this
Mel,
thing. And then
look. Even if I beat this thing, I could lose. I can still lose Mason and Chip.
I don't know how I'm continually astounded by the nerve of that man.
What do you expect?
Oh, what, you're going to side with him now?
Well, I can see his point. Oh, come on. As far as he knows, his wife walked out at Christmas with his son, and you're here with his daughter.
What am I supposed to do, forget about my responsibility to Victoria and have a cheap affair with her husband?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay, I'm listening.
I don't think Mason is suggesting you have a cheap affair with him. But as far as your responsibility goes, I think you've stretched that to a point.
How?
Well, look at the situation. Victoria leaves town at Christmas, dumps her kid with you. You already have a baby by her husband. And then she wants you to keep the whole thing from Mason. I mean, come on. All in 20 minutes notice?
I don't know, Lionel. When I do something, it seems like the right thing to do, and then when I look back on it, I feel like a fool.
Well, you're not a fool. But I think it's time for you to do something for Julia, that's all.
I thought Victoria would have called Mason by now.
You can't base your own decisions on somebody else's actions or inactions. Listen to me. I'm a veritable font of information and advice to you.
I remember when you used to tell me to stay away from Mason.
Well, I'm old enough now, I guess, to know that when you're talking about love, all bets are off.
Love? Is that what you think this is?
Don't you know?
Yeah, I know. I'm just not sure that it has a chance. But if it does, Lionel, it's got to go both ways this time. And I have to be sure of that.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. I bloody well don't believe it.
Daddy, what is wrong?
Your mother-in-law's well is pumping about twice as much as it did 2 weeks ago.
What? How could that happen?
That's exactly what I intend to find out when my chief geologist calls me back. I've seen this kind of thing happen before. I've got wells all over the place. She's probably pumping oil from my reservoir.
Daddy, that is illegal, isn't it?
None of it's caused by a natural phenomenon like underground tremors along a fault line.
Oh, well, that's just great. Now, nature's teaming up with Pamela.
You know, that woman has always had the Midas touch. I mean, I don't mind the competition. I really don't mind. I'd even deal with Mason and Jeffrey working for her, but I will not face the fact of her taking money out of my pocket to wage her war against us.
I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. I mean, Jeffrey is thrilled. This is his big chance. How am I supposed to share his happiness in something Daddy is so miserable about?
Don't you worry, honey. Because I'm going to do something about Pamela. And it's not going to be a pie in the face this time.
You know, it's just amazing to me that these men seem almost excited as we are.
It's good to feel like you're winning for once.
Nothing like the certainty of doubling your cash flow.
I tell you one thing, it beats the hell out of naming new lipsticks any day.
Oh, is there any way that I might speak to the men personally?
Just push the button.
Hello. This is Pamela Conrad, the owner of this rig, and I would like to invite all of you to Johnny's place on Pearpoint Road just as soon as we wind things up here tonight. And the drinks are compliments of me and my sons.
That was very generous of you.
Not to mention shrewd. Won't hurt for a word of the new management style to get around to the men we're trying to steal from Dad.
Oh, heavens, I never even thought of that.
No, of course you didn't. Jeffrey, do you need any further proof that you've joined a team with all the right instincts for success?
None.
Oh, that's the best word, the team. My two sons and I. Unbeatable.
What is the celebration for?
Compliments of Pamela Conrad. Seems she's commemorating The fact that her oil rig is pumping like crazy.
Oh, I thought I heard a lot of shouting going on here.
Oh, I can't tell you all how pleased I am with you gentlemen's work. And I know you're going to continue to be just as productive as you were today. And my sons and I intend to make it worth your while.
Hey! These figures hold up. You won't have to worry about money ever again.
I'll drink to that.
Make a bundle.
Yeah, I had planned on spending so long here, but I never found the right buyer again.
What about that woman who was going to buy the place? What was her name?
Agnes. Yeah, she went out the door, and I thought she was going to buy the place. She never came back. Strange how people can come and go, isn't it?
Well, ever since I've been working here, it looks to me like you enjoy working here.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I kind of like spending time with people and dreaming up new menus. Chili. Stuff like that. I guess it beats going back to an empty house.
I really don't see why you made us come here.
I heard that Meyson is drawing workers away from my rig, and I don't like it. I want to see where the traders are, if you don't mind.
Hey, you. I wish you could have been there today. It was incredible. Amazing.
I knew you'd be excited about
You
it.
better. That thing is pumping at full capacity.
Well, I can see you personally drilled the well yourself. Look at that.
Yeah, well, you know, I wanted to learn everything I could about it, but I didn't mean to bring quite so much of it back with me. Come in, share with me.
I would like to make a toast to our trusty and hard-working crew.
Yeah.
You know better than I what an incredible job you all did today.
There's two of those men were on my payroll until last week.
And after discussing it with my sons, we would like you all to know that you can expect a $1,000 bonus in your paycheck next week.
I'd like to add something here, if I could, gentlemen. My brother and I would love to take credit for the bonus, but the idea is entirely my mother's. Therefore, I think it only fitting that the rig you're working on be rechristened the name of its new owner to the Pamela.
I also would like to propose a toast to integrity and loyalty. But those things do not exist in this room. So instead, I propose a toast to greed.
They'll keep coming. They'll keep coming.
I'm sorry. I know that couldn't have been easy for you to hear.
You know, I understand why he's upset, and I understand why the rest of you are so happy. I can't believe it's turned out this way, baby. And I know it's not your fault.
I love you. I just hope you understand how much it means to me to have you here, to share in my excitement and my dreams right now.
Meyson kept well in his jeans all day long.
If I recall, I was in my jeans the night we camped out together, and out of them.
Quite a celebration.
Yeah, there's a lot to celebrate. Finally, a family that I feel like I'm part of. A little profit, albeit with a lot of luck. The best part is the great СиСи Capwell had nothing to do with it. I'm glad you were here to share it.
I could see you were happy when you walked in the door.
You could make me happier.
If we keep talking about oil wells, we'll do just fine.
I know we can't talk about it here, but we have to deal with it.
Meyson, I told you, I don't think it's a good idea.
We can't ignore it any longer, Julia. All I'm asking is that we go someplace quiet and talk.
Meyson, I don't know.
Besides, I have to show you those pictures of Samantha.
Did you get the pictures of Samantha back?
Yep. Come on. We'll walk a little, talk a little, look at some pictures.
Mrs. Conrad?
Yes.
Excuse me, you don't remember me, but my name is Ben Clark.
Oh, Mr. Clark, of course. You're one of our foremen.
That's right, but I'm also Hal Clark's brother. Do you remember him?
Hal Clark? I'm not sure.
Yes, well, here, perhaps this will help you to remember. That's Hal.
Well, you look at that dress. Taken some time ago, wasn't it? He does look familiar.
Company picnic, I suppose.
Yeah, perhaps, but, you see, he disappeared over 25 years ago, and nobody's heard from him since. I've been hoping against hope that he'll turn up someday, but it's been much too long, and probably gonna have to face up to the fact that he's dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Clark. I understand what it is to have a tragedy like that when you lose someone you love. I just recently lost someone myself.
Yeah. It's just the not knowing that gets to me. Do you understand? But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep after this until I find out what happened to him. Thank you anyway. And congratulations on the well. Excuse me.
How much longer do I have to stay in here alone?
I'm almost ready. Just one more second.
Come on, I'm going crazy in here.
Okay, you can come out now.
This is incredible, Gina.
You like it?
I love it. I can't believe you managed to do all this. You're incredible, you know that?
I like the sound of that.
I like what I see.
Well, what are you waiting for? That you're gonna knock against.
I don't understand him. He saw Meyson standing there, staring at me as he's renaming that well.
Oh, СиСи, frankly, I really don't care if I have a rig named after me or not. Meyson was just high because the oil well's producing.
Yes, he was high, and he's using that moment to humiliate me the same way he did the night at the nightclub.
Now, stop and think about this. Meyson came over here on Christmas Day, and for him, that was a gesture of peace. You cannot blame Meyson for this any more than you can blame Jeffrey. We know who's responsible.
Yeah. No, I wish she was dead. СиСи, Capo.
СиСi, it's Pamela. I want you to come over right away.
That is impossible.
As you and I both well know, nothing is impossible. Now, I think you should come over to my house immediately.
Absolutely not.
СиСi, let's not argue, please. This is not about oil wells or daughters or sons. This is about what happened in that boathouse.
That issue has been settled a long time ago.
Well, I'd like to believe that as much as you, but I'm afraid it's just not the case. Someone is still very interested in our secret. Now, please, come over here.
I will get there as soon as possible.
What is it?
Nothing, darling. Gotta get to the office. Emergency. What?
Are you all right?
Fine. I am just fine.
I don't know what the big deal is about, Julia.
Meyson, a nice, quiet place and your apartment are not necessarily synonymous to me.
You must have an awfully jaded opinion of me.
Based only on fact.
You act as though I brought you over here only to ply you with liquor and have my way with you.
Meyson, that's not true. That's not what I'm saying at all. You're about as subtle as a dump truck.
Subtle doesn't work with you.
How would you know?
I tried subtle. You didn't notice. You went out of your way not to notice.
Do you really think we should be having this discussion right now?
We don't have to talk at all if you don't want to.
Have you lost your mind? Do you honestly think that something is going to happen between you and I in this place or in that bed that you share with your wife?
Victoria doesn't care about me. I don't know why you're so concerned about her.
I don't know why you did that. Do you really think that little of me?
No.
Your behavior is unforgivable.
Oh, yeah. It's disgusting and despicable, but probably typical of somebody who feels he has to force himself on you to get you to listen. Julia, I spent 2 days trying to tell you how I feel, trying to talk about us. I got nothing but rejection.
What about Christmas?
I can't just leave it there.
Are you sure that's all you want to do is talk?
No, but it's a start.
Do you really have those pictures of Samantha?
Yeah? They're in the bedroom.
Meyson.
They really are. Wait here.
I'll wait here. You want me to get that?
Yeah, I'll take a message. I'm having trouble finding where I put them, but they're worth the wait.
All right. Hello?
Hello, Mason Campbell's residence.
Victoria. Had to be Victoria.
Major hunk. And you look so young. Wonder if he's lying to me about his age. Wonder if he really graduated from medical school. I wonder why he's lying here with me. Well, who cares? He's gorgeous. All I have to do is figure out exactly how I'm gonna hang on to him.
Hey, what are you doing with that candle?
Oh, this? I was just trying to smell the scent. It's my favorite.
Oh, yeah? What scent is it?
Jasmine.
I don't smell anything.
No, it's very subtle.
Well, what do you say we put the candle down and you cuddle up with me?
You're the boss. After all, it is your birthday.
Let's get this straight, Pamela. Don't call me again at home just because you get a little nervous.
I heard your voice on the telephone. I'm not the only one who's nervous about this.
What are you talking about on the phone? No one else could possibly know.
Do you remember Ben Clark?
Yes, I do. Worked for me for years until Meyson lured him over to work on your rig.
Well, he's also Hal's brother.
I'm well aware of that. Is that what's bothering you? Well, if you're so nervous when you see him, why don't you fire him?
He has a photograph. СиСи has a picture of me with Hal. He showed it to me tonight. He knows there's some connection.
You can't prove a thing.
СиСi, please, I admire your bravado, but you and I both know we're vulnerable. And he's determined to find out what happened to Hal.
Well, now, maybe you understand why it's important for you to get out of Santa Barbara. Why you never should have come back, Pamela.
Well, I will not leave. I won't be alone again. I couldn't bear it.
Well, then you live in constant fear.
You see, no. You and I are the only ones who know what happened over 25 years ago. It's just a secret between us, the two of us.
Oh, I don't know, Pamela. What happens if Ben Clark starts digging?
You just said yourself he has no proof.
Well, maybe not, but if he puts enough pieces together, he can figure it out. Proof or not, you know what that could do to us? Destroy our lives, Pamela. Yours, mine. Everybody we care about.
And you said before that we're all scared. Well, you were right. And I'm finding out that the most important thing about therapy is finding out what we're scared of.
Yeah? Any ideas?
Yeah. I've been scared to death of losing Meyson for a long time now, and I've been operating under this desperate need to hold on to him instead of realizing that it could be the best thing that happened to both of us.
Honey, are you talking about ending your marriage?
Well, it wouldn't destroy me. Our marriage has been in trouble for a long time, since the beginning, and I keep on, thinking about all the reasons that I could blame that on, but it really comes down to the fact that Mason and I we don't have a lot in common, so we keep on hurting each other. So he's not happy and I'm not happy, so what's the point? So maybe it's time that I gave Mason his freedom.
But I thought that you were in love with Mason.
I am. It just doesn't seem to make much difference.
It makes all the difference. Now, from what I know about your marriage, the two of you really even haven't had a chance. I mean, don't you think you owe it to yourself and to Mason to, give it a shot again once you leave this place?
I'm not sure it's what he wants.
Honey, I'm telling you, if you love this guy, then, when you get out of here, you should go fight for him. Go back and fight to save what's yours.
Yes, Sid, it's Mason Capwell. I'm sorry to bother you so late, but I need you to do something for me. I want you to look into divorce proceedings. I want to know all the options. Yes, Sid, I'm very serious.
How to have super marital sex. On the next Oprah Winfrey Show, author Paul Pearsall tells how to make your marriage everything you want and deserve. Today at 4 on Channel 2.